Thank you for calling Granite Ridge Builders. Hello, and welcome to Granite Ridge Builders. My name is Daryl Hunter, and I am the receptionist. I have been at Granite Ridge Builders for the last 10 years, welcoming over 7,000 guests. We have over 14,000 square feet of showroom to welcome you, to help you build your dream. We also have coffee, candy, cookies, popcorn for the kids, whatever you would like.
Honey, she's also
we are
the
here
best
to
barista maker I've ever had in my entire life. She makes the best coffee.
I don't know about that, but I love her cookies.
Thank you for
She
the
makes
guests.
the good
Just one cookie, Daryl.
No, you
Okay,
can't.
wait.
Those
Lonnie and I
for
are
the-
special. We're going to share. Here,
Just
you
this
get the-
once,
Thank
guys.
you for the cookie and the chips.
Okay.
Thanks, Daryl.
See ya.
I like this sunroom floor plan. What about you guys?
It's definitely a new concept. I like it as well. Hey, welcome to Between the Studs. I'm Lonnie Norris, and this is part of the Granite Ridge team, including Tony Ranke, our president. And each week, we would love to come into your home and talk to you about new home construction. There's a lot to talk about. We love the process. We love the features. We love the trends. We love the new concepts. And today, we're at our office. I'm not sure. Where are we here, Tony? What are we doing?
Actually, Joe keeps talking at the end of every one of our stud shows lately. He keeps saying something about who we are, what we do. Wait, how does it go? No.
Who, what, when? I don't
No, it's
know.
who we do best, how we, and why we do what we do.
Who's on first or so? I don't
Who's
know.
on first, what's on second?
No,
Guys,
it's
guys,
like
guys.
what we do,
Yeah, it goes like this. It's who we are, what we do, and why we do what we do so well. So today we're going to give you a chance to brag a little bit about that in our process right here.
Well, Joe, you won.
Okay?
We've had a number of people now that have called in and asked us to kind of explain what we mean, or what you mean, I should say, about building a home and why you keep saying it is the easiest thing that could ever happen in somebody's life, and also how you've blessed so many people with low prices and ease of decorating with
Efficiency.
Kayla.
Yeah.
The building process, we're going to show you how we make it easy. So let's all split off.
Sure.
You guys go over to the half a house, describe that, go get the decorators around, and that's what we're going to do today. I think it's going to be a fun show.
Good, let's have some fun with it.
Luke and Joe aren't ready yet, but this is going to be a fun show today. We have so many choices building a house, don't we?
Oh man, we do. Under this 14,000 square foot roof, we've got too many choices. Too many choices.
The good
for me.
news is you and I aren't the ones that do this. Our great decorators do.
They'd be in trouble if they relied on you and I.
Okay, before they get ready, what I thought we'd do is, Lonnie, I'd like you to explain to the audience one more time. There has been a misnomer and also, I guess, a disbelief. You have been doing a financing program for almost 40 some years. You've helped thousands of people get into this program. And here's what we're saying. You can get $150,000 to $170,000 house, and your payments can be as how low?
Around $600, in some cases even a little bit less. But $600 to $800 is kind of the normal range. We're talking a brand new house.
Okay, so could you explain that then? No closing costs?
Closing costs are around $1,800 to maybe $2,500, and there's no down payment. There's very little private mortgage insurance, if any. So consequently, we're talking low payments on a brand new home.
Am I limited to areas? Do you have lots and subdivisions that you can get me into today?
We've got lots of lots, northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast to choose from. They are, for the most part, within 5 or 6 miles of Fort Wayne.
Okay, to summarize, what you're telling me is you can get a $150,000 to $170,000 brand new home, 4-bedroom potentially, or how much of an existing home would you say that would compare to?
In comparison to an existing home, you can actually buy about twice the home. So $160,000, $170,000 house. In comparison to buying an existing home with FHA or conventional financing, you're looking around $80,000 for the same payment.
It's unbelievable. I don't
really
know why
is.
people wouldn't call more.
They need to call us.
So what we'd like to do is we'd like to encourage every one of you, if you have a friend, a college student, let's say your grandfather, grandmother, mothers, everybody should look at this program. Look at people that might want this program. Give Lonnie a call. How long is this program going to last? I know you've been doing it for 40 years.
It's an entitlement. Monies are available now, so they need to take advantage of it now while we know we have funds.
Okay, and I have one other special program that I want you to talk about.
Okay.
And there's something called MCC.
Right.
What could that even help me on homes for?
A mortgage credit certificate actually gives you a tax credit Everybody gets a deduction that owns, but this is an actual credit, 20% of your interest every year. It brings your interest rate down to about 20% less or about 1% less than what you're paying. So your rate goes from 4 to 3, for example.
So another savings of $100 a month maybe.
$80 to $100 a month, yes, or even more. Even more.
This is almost too good to be true. It's not. So please give us a call, and we would love to explain this program, and then we'd love to show you this beautiful 14,000 square foot showroom, which we will start right now with Luke and Joe.
This is exciting.
Granite Ridge Builders has hundreds of floor plans to choose from, all of which you can custom design to accommodate your personal needs. But what if you have your own plan or ideas? That's okay. Our 3 professional on-site draftsmen are ready to take your ideas and turn them into a reality. Just give us a call or shoot us an email. We look forward to meeting with you to custom design your next dream home.
Here with Luke Hoffman, our Vice President of Construction. Besides Luke being in charge of all the construction of our homes out in the field, Luke also built this for us. We call it our half a house. This is where we can brag about the pieces and parts that we put in your home and how we do what we do so well. So, Luke, take it.
Yeah, well, first of all, we encourage everybody to get out to our job sites. Check our quality out there. But the reason we built this here is because we know time is of the essence. And we want to try to put everything under one roof. And when people walk through our front door, just a few steps away, this is the half a house. And we can explain to them the parts and pieces, some that you can see and some that you can't see, of how we build our houses. And we're extremely proud of how we built. There's been a lot of time of research and effort to pick the best products for your value on these Granite Ridge homes. I think most people will find that our standards are 3 to 4 levels above what's considered a builder grade. So, Joe, let's pick out a few. I know we could be here for quite some time, but let's just pick out a few and show them.
Let's highlight a few of them, Luke. To start with, I always like to brag about the fact that we do not use pink insulation. Pink insulation has formaldehyde in it. Formaldehyde on a house as tight as we're building it, those VOCs will leach out into the family air, and now they're breathing formaldehyde. So you'll never see pink insulation in our home. It's always the ivory colored, and it's an R15 insulation. Code there is only R13. So we're jumping up over code there. Another place we like to jump over code is in the attic insulation. Code up there is only R30. We put R45 in the attic. We can always upgrade more insulation. We always use insulated headers over the windows and doors on the exterior wall. We'll foam around the outlets and the switch plates on the outside wall then too. We'll triple seal the bottom plate.
Yeah, right down here, we triple seal it with that seal sealer. We also, now you mentioned, upgrades and options. We give people options. So pretty much anything they see on the TV, magazine, we can do it. Absolutely. Now here's one option that we give them. We have OSB, 7/16 OSB sheeting on the walls. Now if they choose, maybe they're more concerned about energy efficiency, they can actually choose 1/2-inch blue board, and that's what this is here. Now wood makes a terrible insulator.
True.
So those studs, the cold drives right in, the heat, escapes right out from those. So putting that 1/2-inch sheeting with the blue board helps break that thermal breakup.
And helps insulate those studs through the house that way.
Yep, we also use 1/2-inch roof sheeting.
And code up there is?
7/16. Yep.
Right.
So we talked about this in a previous episode, but we're really proud of the fact that we put Anderson windows in all of our homes.
And that's the Anderson 400 series high performance. That's their top of the line.
Yep.
The pieces and parts that we use in this are integral because we like to drive that HERS rating, home energy rating system. That we keep talking about those letters all the time, but we're trying to drive those numbers down, make this house more energy efficient. Because if we can save a homeowner $40, $50 a month, it's a lot better in your pocket than it is their pocket.
Correct. What do we got over here, Joe?
Hey, this is great timing, Luke. Couple things. Right now, we have an R12.76 insulated garage door. We just upgraded that from an R9. This company is always thinking about ways to improve and make the house better all the way through. So we have an R almost 13 garage door now. Then we just upgraded our garage door opener. This is not the chain-driven one. This is a belt-driven. So it's very, very quiet garage door opener.
Right.
And just a little fun fact too, the wheels that are in the track of this garage door that run up and down, instead of it being a metal wheel and a metal track, it's a plastic coated wheel. Makes it even quieter going up and down.
Yeah, so the whole garage door is extremely quiet. Now,
exactly.
You mentioned the garage here. A lot of times in the garages you find mechanicals. Why don't we take them upstairs? We'll go to our mechanical area.
Perfect.
We can explain more about that.
Great, let's jump.
Yep, let's go.
Thanks, guys. Luke and I are in the mechanical room we alluded to when we were down in a half a house. Once again, we could spend a lot of time up here talking about features, benefits, what we do to help drive those utility bills down, but there's a couple of key factors we need to touch on. Luke, hit a few of those for us.
Yeah, so let's start with the big one, the furnace right here.
Sure.
So we use a Bryant high efficiency furnace. Now it's 96.2% efficient.
Very
So
efficient.
Right there, there's an upgrade right there. There's a Granite Ridge difference.
And that's standard.
Yeah, that's standard. Now with this furnace, it also comes with a dehumidification mode.
Explain to them why we need a dehumidification mode.
Great question. So we mentioned in previous episodes that the houses that we're building nowadays are extremely tight and they don't breathe on their own. So depending on the person, how many people are living in the house, their lifestyle, they could be putting a lot of moisture into the indoor air. This helps remove that moisture, just the furnace by itself. So maybe you don't need that standalone, dehumidifier. Yep.
Very good. So as tight as we're building these houses now, this is not a complete get out of jail free card, is
No,
it?
nope. We also do one more thing.
Explain what that is.
It's our healthy air. So it's a separate intake, which is this pipe right above my head here. Now that brings in fresh air from the outside and mixes it with the stale air that's inside. So lots of benefits with that.
So-
Indoor air quality.
True.
That's one of them. That also helps remove, the humid air that's on the inside. Now, what would you guess? How often should you exchange the air on the inside of our new homes?
I'm going to play devil's advocate with you and
Yeah.
say never. Why would I ever want to bring outside air into my house?
Well, again, I mentioned different lifestyles and taking showers and not running bath fans. That's going to drive up that humidity. The VOCs, we talked about that, volatile organic compounds. Those have a tendency to, build up with people doing makeup and spraying their hair with hairspray.
Cleaners, et cetera.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we want to exchange that air. Now, older homes, they exchange through the leaks around the windows or the leaks around the doors or just, not their foundation not being sealed properly.
Sure.
So we want to exchange it, and general rule of thumb is about once every 24 hours you want to exchange that air. If we don't bring this air in, then we're only exchanging it about once every week, which is not acceptable. Yeah, it's not enough. So this is a big Granite Ridge difference. We've been putting these in our houses for several years now, and it's really, really helped with that indoor air quality.
So this is how you're building a very energy efficient home, tight home,
Yep.
and controlling how the house breathes rather than building a house too loose and having Mother Nature breathe it too much and wasting our energy. for us.
Right, exactly. And we can customize that to the person that's living there. So if it's a single person, they might not need the air to be exchanged as often as a family of 7 that's, constantly taking showers and making pasta. So
That makes sense.
Yep.
That
yep.
makes sense. Let's move down the line just a little bit here. Let's talk about that 4-inch media filter, if you would.
Yeah, exactly. So you mentioned it. This is our 4-inch media filter. Now, our standard are MERV 8, but the nice thing is now these last about 3 months, again, depending on the lifestyle, if you have pets or whatnot. This is, constantly filtering that air. But you can actually get that 4-inch up to a MERV 13, 14, depending on how much you want to spend on it.
And the higher the MERV, the more it cleans the air?
Yes, correct. The more it will filter out. So yeah, once you get into those MERV 13, 14 range, you're really filtering out everything that you find in a residential home.
Right, very good. Fun fact for you all over there. Luke said you should be changing this filter about every 3 to 6 months. If you're that type of person who only wants to change that furnace filter once a year, do it before the air conditioning mode. Hot air is more forgiving and easier to push around your house. Cold air is not very forgiving at all. So if you're the type that does it once a year, do it at the start of the air conditioning season.
It's a great tip, Joe.
Thanks, Luke.
Now let's talk about the other big thing that's usually in the mechanic rooms, the water heater.
Exactly. This looks like a gas water heater. I know most of our competition usually quotes electric because it's less expensive for them to put into their pricing, but more expensive for the homeowner than to use.
Right, exactly. Now, so why do we use gas? That's a big question we get a lot of times, because electric, they're more efficient than a gas. This gas here, this gas water heater alone would be about a 56, 57, somewhere in that range efficiency.
Okay.
But we put this power vent on it.
This guy right here.
Yep, so that improves the efficiency up to about 70%.
Okay.
But it also allows us to get that duct. Usually you have to have a flue.
Right.
So that flue needs to find its way outside, closest wall, closest roof. This power vent allows us to take that more in an inconspicuous route and get it out to the back of the house so it's not right out the front of the house, or take it through a wall rather than up through the middle of a closet.
Great. So to put that in layman terms a little bit, the less efficient gas furnaces, gas water heaters, usually have a metal flue on top, and we got to take that out the roof somewhere. That's a roof penetration, another great spot for rain or water to get in. This being a high efficient water heater with the power vent, the exhaust gases are not so hot that you're able now to vent these out the side of the house through the plastic vent, thus eliminating a roof penetration.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
Another reason that we use a gas here at Granite Ridge rather than electric is a gas water heater. If you drain that, you take a couple showers and it really drains the tank.
Sure.
It takes 40 minutes to an hour to recover, to completely recover, whereas an electric water heater will take upwards of 3 hours to recover. So, if you have that family of 5 or 6 people and they're all getting ready in the same hour in the morning, that last person is going to be without water for several hours before they can, before that water heater catches up.
Exactly. So this is standard in every Granite Ridge home, a gas water heater with the power vent, and the brand name's A.O. Smith. Like to call that out just so that you know that we're not putting in no-name brands, disposable brands I call them. So an A.O. Smith gas water heater and a Bryant high-efficient gas furnace.
Yeah, so those were the 2 big things we'd like to talk about in the mechanic room. Obviously, there's a lot more that we could talk about. Again, customizable to the person. So maybe your lot is perfect for a geothermal unit. We can talk about that right here.
Sure.
We can talk about energy recovery ventilators. We can talk about zoning.
True. We can talk about tankless, yeah,
tankless.
exactly.
So we got it all here under one roof. Our showroom here, 14,000 square feet, lots to show.
Great. If you'd like to know a little bit more about what Luke and I talked about, I'd love to educate you. Call me up. I'm Joe, only Joe in the building. Let's have a conversation. Let me educate you. See if we can build you an energy efficient home too. Thanks for your help, Luke.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Samantha, so glad you stopped by. Hey, I'm redoing the sunroom. What color should I do in there?
Tony, that's why we have that sign up there.
Welcome to the Innovation Home Gallery built by Granite Ridge Builders. We're out here on Flutter Road, and you can visit us every Sunday between 1 and 4. If you've been watching us on In Between the Studs, you've probably seen a lot of amazing things that you really maybe even didn't know existed. We put an awful lot into this house, focusing basically on 3 main elements. 1 being energy efficiency, 2 home automation, 3 being interior design. Come visit us on a Sunday between 1 to 4 or arrange for your own personal tour. When you do, I'll be able to show you how we have no energy bills or no heating and cooling bills at this house. I can show you how we can use our iPad to control the entire home, and I can show you how the HGTV furniture series is out here for display. Between those 3 things, they're very unique elements that you're not going to find anywhere else in the Midwest. So be sure to call today, visit our website, and arrange a chance for you or your group to come out here to visit the home. It's an experience unlike any other available in the Midwest, and I'm happy to show it to you.
Granite Ridge Builders is a true custom builder, and that means we rarely build the same house twice. Oftentimes, the homes that we ultimately build begin on a piece of paper or even a napkin. This is one of my plans, like this. And the real question is, how does it go from napkin to something like this? And I have with us today Eric and also Tracy, 2 of our drafts people. And Tracy, tell us about the process here at Granite Ridge Builders. How do we go from napkin to this?
When a new homeowner comes in, we get a file that usually contains a copy of the napkin or the rough sketch that's been done up for the customer. And it also has this addendum. This details all of the extra features and all the things that the homeowner wants in their new home. And it's gone over step by step with the new home specialist and the homeowners. And we take it from there, do a little computer magic, and we detail out a blueprint for the homeowners.
Now, Eric, this is something that once we go through and design the home for them, a lot of times people forget about certain things that they want to do in the house.
Correct.
Maybe they needed a little bigger pantry that they didn't plan on, or maybe they needed an extra window in the master bedroom. Can they still make changes at that time?
Yes, they can. They can, when they meet with us, we'll go over that with them. We'll sit down with them, kind of hold their hand, walk through the floor plan with them, and if they do have those changes, we'll bring it up, bring up any concerns that they might have.
You know, what's interesting is I was actually in your guys' office the other day looking at different things that you have done, and one of our very popular models is our Clearbrook model.
It is.
And looking at the Clearbrook, they had over 23 different front elevations just on that house alone.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. And when it comes to these changes, is it costly for the customer?
Unless you're adding square footage and adding bells and whistles, it usually does not cost anything to change.
So we're going to work with the change with the customer to realize their dream, and there's no fees or fines for that until they add square footage or something.
Correct. Yep.
You know, Lonnie, a lot of people even are intimidated by just trying to draw out what they want on a napkin. We have a few plans on our website, don't we?
We do. We have hundreds of plans on our website, graniteridgebuilders.com, where they can go and look at ranches or story and a halves, which means the master bedroom is typically on the first floor, or conventional 2 stories. They can check us out.
Correct. Yep.
You know, one thing that I've noticed is when I was on the website last, we had 196 different floor plans on our website.
Yeah.
But we're always talked about how really we have unlimited floor plans, don't we?
We do.
Our imaginations is the limit. And
Tracy, now if somebody wanted to meet with the drafting department, is that a problem at all?
We love that. We prefer it, actually, because sometimes things come up when you're face-to-face meeting and looking at things, bouncing ideas off each other that you don't think of, to email or go over the phone. And for our customers who live a little bit farther away, we also make ourselves available at the same time as your decorating appointment. So if you'd like to meet with your draftsperson at the same time as your decorator. And we're also available to answer questions all the way through the process.
So really, I look at it sometimes, and Lonnie, I think you'd agree with me, that the sales consultant really is there to help them as the traffic cop. This is the person you talk to.
Point them in the right
This is the
direction.
person you talk to. Let me try to get everyone together for a meeting for them. And really, we have a team behind every person, don't
It
we?
takes a community to build a house, and it begins at the drafting department, a very important part of this whole process. We're proud of our drafting department.
And you
We
know,
like you guys.
Thank you.
The next important part is the decorating.
Very important.
So why don't we jump it upstairs to Kayla, and we'll have her talk about how the decorating department actually helps them out as well.
We'll do it.
Here in the exterior room. Now this is just one of the many rooms that we have in our showroom here that help people in the decorating process. I'm sitting here with 3 of our decorators, Samantha Hoffman, Kayla Hoffman, and Sarah Norris. Now, I got 17 pages of a decorator sheet here in front of me, which this helps me tremendously when we actually start the construction process. This is my Bible. This is everything I go off of on how to build a house. Now, how do we come about getting these pages filled out?
Well, we're going to call the customer who's coming in to build a home, and we're going to meet with them and pick everything for you to be able to build. So they're going to come in and look at all the selections with one of us, and we're going to help them every step of the way. We're going to start in the exterior room, and we're going to pick out the stone and the siding, if it has brick on the house, the roof, front door style, garage door style, all the colors on the outside.
And you guys do this for every one of our houses?
Definitely. Everyone who comes in, we're going to go through the same exact process for every person.
Good, good. Now, are they limited in the selections they have, or can they pick anything?
Well, the great thing is whatever they have talked about in their contract, we know all of that. So we're not going to show them anything that is going to take them outside of their budget unless they're interested in it. So that's one of the big concerns that I get all the time is, well, what's that going to cost? Well, what's that going to cost? We're going to show them standard unless they want to see other options, and we're going to price most things out right then and there as well. And whatever we don't know the price on, we'll let them know within 2 weeks. So before they come to you, they know as close as possible to what that final house is going to cost.
So when they make their first appointment with you guys, do they need to have kind of an idea of what style and colors they want to choose, or is that something you kind of help guide them through?
Well, if someone comes and they say, I have no idea what I want to pick, that's completely fine. We will help them through it. If they do, it does help the process go a little bit quicker to be able to have pictures, and we'll get as close as possible with what's standard or with what options we do have here. The great thing too is it is all under one roof. So they can see everything here, and anything we don't have, we will get for them, and they can look at it, the roof with the siding, with the stone, so they make sure it all does go together.
So they don't have to drive all around town and look at things individually. They can look at it all here in our showroom.
Exactly. It saves a lot of time and a lot of question too. That's what we're there for, is to make sure that everything is coordinating and they're going to get a beautiful design in the end.
So after we talk about the exterior, then we go over to the flooring room where we talk about their cabinets, countertops, all their flooring, paint colors, and then from there.
And even after you pick out the staple items of your interior, we move forward and even get down in details like the color of your plumbing and your cabinet pulls and what kind of what's going to cover your fireplace and what's going to go for trim work throughout your house. So we start big and we kind of zoom in and get down to the nitty-gritty.
Some of the trends that I've been seeing, a lot of people have been doing the painted cabinets, either white or the grays, or even doing black cabinets, some glass mosaic backsplash, and granite and Cambria tops.
I think on the exterior, what we're seeing a lot more of is people liking the craftsman look, the cottage look. They're doing darker siding with complementary shake and stone, and kind of wrapping it all together with a really nice white contrasting trim that really pops and makes the whole house go together.
Hey guys, I think we need to try out one of these countertop colors on one of our specs. What do you think?
Luke, you're colorblind. You're not seeing the right colors there.
Granite Ridge Builders has hundreds of floor plans to choose from, all of which you can custom design to accommodate your personal needs. But what if you have your own plan or ideas? That's okay. Our 3 professional on-site draftsmen are ready to take your ideas and turn them into a reality. Just give us a call or shoot us an email. We look forward to meeting with you to custom design your next dream home.
Hey everybody, glad to see y'all. Thanks for participating in this. Yep.
Hey, thanks for joining us today, and thanks for coming into our house where we'd love for you to come, where we could talk about your new dream house.
Absolutely. You're just looking at a small piece of the pie of our family here, and we do consider ourselves family here. Yeah. And we'd love to meet your family and actually have you become a part of ours. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about who we are, what we do, and why we do what we do so well, visit our website, call our phone number, or even better yet, just come on in the front door. We'd love to meet you. Thank you. Appreciate you watching.
Everybody's got to go back to work now.
Hello, my name is Daryl Hunter. I'm the
Hello.
Welcome to Granite Ridge Builders.
Welcome to Granite Ridge Builders.
Right.
And don't be doing that on purpose, making me stop, okay? 'Cause the more I do it, the nervous I get. We want you to feel welcome. Can't think of nothing else to say.
Tony, that's why we have that sign up there. Is that too like Brad?
See, her name is Jill Wright, my name is Jill Sample. But I'm also Jill Always Right.
Oh. So would you want us to literally look up like that?
Hello! That is a good point.
Does it look squirrely if we...
Hey,